Alright guys, welcome to the World Class Happiness channel. I'm Dominic. We're still going through our relationship series. We're on number 15 in the series, looking at the different elements of a relationship that we can work on in order to make it better and maybe last longer. Just going through the chapter partnerships and marriages that is in my book World Class Happiness that I wrote. Okay, now number 15 we were looking at have different personalities within the relationship, that is. Okay, now that might sound a little bit strange, and I'll explain what I mean by that. Now, for a long time I always felt like I was trying to find out who I really was. I always felt like a happy person. I always felt like I was a nice person. That was always pretty much, you know, I knew that that was definitely me. But as far as anything else, I was always a little bit unsure on who the real me was, and I quite often felt like a lot of the time I was playing a bit of a character to a certain extent, not because I was trying to be something I wasn't, just because I didn't really know who I was exactly. And I did that sort of most of the time growing up, and even to a certain extent up to sort of a young adult really. And now what I mean by that is that, you know, I kind of felt as though a lot of the time, obviously I was a high level judo player, judo fighter, which I've obviously spoken about in the past on these videos, and you know, part of that is kind of showing people that you're confident and you're, you know, that you believe in yourself and stuff like that. And I wasn't always that guy. I was never super 100% confident in my ability, and even I was very good, I kind of often had doubts about my ability and stuff like that. So I was kind of trying to force myself to be a confident person, but I knew that deep down I wasn't 100% confident, and I'm even as a person quite naturally shy. So and I still am really to this day. I still feel quite uncomfortable, even like, or doing this to a certain extent and talking on the phone. I'm not the most natural kind of talker and stuff like that. So I was never 100% certain on who I actually was. And when you tend to have issues like that and you speak to people about it, they might turn around, and this is quite a common thing that people will say, and they quite often say, just be yourself. Well, that's difficult to be yourself when you're not really sure who you are, you know, for real. Do you know what I mean? So that was quite difficult to do that. Now, what I come to realise over the years, through writing this book and through, you know, looking at various videos and just life experience and stuff like that, what I come to realise is that there's more than one you. There is, you know, these different elements to your personality, and that's all right. That's not, none of them are an act. They're actually all me. So I was quite a shy person. I was quite a confident judo player, judo fighter. I was you know, I was lacking in confidence as a person. I was, you know, I was a happy, easygoing kind of guy, but I was also sometimes a bit uptight and a little bit, you know, so so a lot of these things contradicted each other, and I wasn't sure which was the real me, but they are all me. And when I realised that, I felt a lot more happy and a lot kind of more comfortable with who I was, which was, you know, just a person who has multiple personalities. So within a relationship, that's fine as well. You know, you don't have to play a part all the time, and actually having various personalities is helpful within a relationship as well, I think, because if you're always one way, you know, it can get boring. And the last video I did was about being spontaneous, and that basically means, you know, doing things a little bit differently sometimes, and, you know, sometimes creating surprises within the relationship. Well, if you're always one way, always one type of personality, it's generally going to get boring. And with this, really, it's no different. So as I said in this chapter, I'll try and read the last paragraph of this chapter. I'm not a very good reader, by the way. If you've read the book, you'll know I'm not the best reader, so if I make mistakes, just bear with me. Okay, so the last where are we? The last paragraph. So I'm a little bit dyslexic, so just hopefully I'll do it all right. So these personality changes are helpful in a relationship, and we shouldn't feel bad about it. For instance, it's a good thing to be the responsible grown-up while sorting out our finances, but who wants that person around at a party? We might be a hard-working person, but being chilled and relaxed at home is okay. There's also nothing wrong with being mumsy on the school run, excitable at the theme park, childish at the kids' playground, or sexy in the bedroom. Even being that shy, vulnerable kid is okay from time to time as well. Okay, so that was the last paragraph in that particular chapter. So that basically says everything I, more or less was saying before. It's okay to be different people, different personalities, because it isn't, you're not trying to be something you're not. You're trying to be everything that you are. And I think that's important, and not to feel bad about that. And within a relationship, I think it's needed. So next time you start to do things and you sort of think, I don't really know if I'm kind of doing something that I shouldn't, or that isn't really me, or whatever, just go for it, because that is kind of, it's okay to do whatever you want, and feel however you feel, and say whatever you want to say, and do whatever you want to do. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there today. I think we've only got one more in the series before we go on to some other subject, but I hope you like what we're talking about on the channel in general, and I hope you like the relationship series, and if you do, please subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.